Welcome to the Love Rekindled show, where real stories, heartfelt advice, and expert guidance come together to help you create richer, more meaningful relationships. Meet your certified relationship coaches, Margot and Antonio Taylor. Through transformative coaching, informative workshops, and special events, the Love Rekindled community empowers families and couples to grow closer, communicate openly, and embrace the power of love. This is the Love Rekindled show. Let's begin.
Welcome to the Love Rekindled show. Tonight, we're diving into a topic that every couple has experienced, but very few people want to talk about it openly. Couple friendships. We all love having people to travel with, double date with, celebrate milestones with, and to do life with. Couple friendships can create community, accountability, support, and lasting memories. But let's be honest, what happens when one spouse likes the couple more than the other? What happens when boundaries are crossed? What happens when jealousy, competition, gossip, or loyalty issues enters the friendship? Can couple friends strengthen your relationship? Or can they become a source of tension and division? So tonight, we're talking about the highs and the lows and everything in between, double dates and drama, navigating the ups and downs of couple friendships. So guys, listen, tonight is going to be amazing. Let's talk about it.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back.
Season 4. Listen, one thing about the Taylors, we love to come in hot, okay? Yeah. And this season, we're coming in hot because guess what, guys? It's things that we really need to talk about.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this topic. You guys know the Taylors. We're going to be straight up. We ain't going to cookie cut it. I'm excited to dive into this.
Well, let's do it. So Antonio and I have been married for 12 years.
Yes.
And one thing, anybody who've ever met us, who've ever been in our space, knows that the Taylors love. We love couples and all the things. So we're coming with this conversation for more than 12 years of experience, right? Yes. Knowledge, things that we've been through with couple friends. And we understand that this is definitely a touchy subject. A lot of people don't like to talk about this. But listen, if we're going to talk about all of the other things that we talk about, this is something that we definitely will address on the Love Rekindle platform.
Well, hey, I'm ready to really just dive into it. Couples friendships can get very sticky. It can get very messy. It can also be a good thing. So my thing of it is we have been through some things with couples.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
I think initially, when you're in a relationship, couples, we look for community, right? So when we're married, we're trying to strengthen our marriage. We're trying to, surround ourselves around people who can support what we're building. That is the idea of, having community. And I personally love community. I think it's a great thing when you can have, people around you and couples who are, having a desire to thrive, understanding that marriage isn't perfect, right? But being true to who they are, being their authentic self. I love that. And I just feel like that's what it takes to make a space conducive for couples to maintain healthy friendships.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to go ahead and, hey, I'm tired of playing around with it. So this what I will say. It is very difficult to sustain couples friendship. And I'm going to be honest, Margot. I feel that women, you guys make it very difficult with couple relationship for us to sustain. We go into this relationship and the friendship between the women always be a honeymoon in the beginning. You guys bring all this stuff together. Y'all tell us how we're going to be friends. The men, we connect, and then you guys have issues. And it put everybody in a situation. So my thing of it is this. I'm calling the women to the square. Why do y'all have such a hard time in this particular situation? Because men don't have that hard time in that particular situation like that.
Well, to be honest with you, Antonio, I think the reason that happened, because it's a lack of accountability in relationships.
I can agree.
I'm going to go ahead. If you want to shoot at the hip, I can shoot at the hip too.
Absolutely.
There's no accountability in relationships. And a lot of the times what happens is the men are not holding their wives accountable in spaces. So the thing is, in relationships, men, when you allow your women to behave, have egos, have pride, and do certain things in the marriage, it seeks out in in the friendships.
Yeah.
So ideally, when I have those conversations with my husband or, with a group of friends, that what I'm willing to do to sustain the friendship, I mean what I say. I'm very clear on the things that I'm willing to do to sustain relationships, but it's very hard when you are trying to sustain a friendship with a couple where there's no real true accountability.
So guess what? I knew you were going to come out swinging, and that's why I wanted to go ahead and shift gear, because I think you were trying to play on the surface a little bit, and you're absolutely right. And I can look right at the men and tell them we do have to get better with holding our wives accountable. One thing I will always do is let Margot know when she's wrong.
Absolutely.
You may not see me correct her, but I can guarantee you will see her actions change. I'm not going to allow my wife to be in a certain space. So men, we do have to own that. Mm-hmm. So I will agree with you. Now, this is where it gets sticky at. What are women willing to own their part in it?
Well, women, I mean,
if you need me to tell you what I think it is, I can.
The thing is, one thing about me, Antonio, I'm very transparent about what
Absolutely
I see and what I experience, right? And so I just can be honest. In relationships with couples, what I've experienced with the women is two things. And it's almost like across the board in my personal space as well. What happened is a lot of times couples attract, right? They attract to us. I'm going to talk about us because that's my experience, right? They're attracted to us because of our chemistry, because we love to enjoy each other, because we love to have fun with each other. We're friends. We're best friends. Okay. What you guys see is what it is for real, right? And so I think a lot of times people, they enter our space with the intention to see, is it real? How are they able to sustain a loving, genuine relationship with life and all the things that they're doing? So I think initially it comes from a place of being inquisitive about what is it really like? Like, are they really those people in real life? Are they really cool?
Okay, so could we say that's the honeymoon phase?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, and guys, I want to say this. Me and Margot, we're not perfect at all.
No, not at all.
Margot's pretty much saying we do have chemistry, we do get along, we do love and join each other, but we have the ups and downs of life as everybody else.
Absolutely.
We may get offset right now and have an argument about something. It happened. But what me and Margot have learned to do, we have learned how to fight clean, and it's not going to be long. So now that I got that out the way,
right.
You're absolutely right, Margot, when you're saying the things that you're saying about, I do think it's a honeymoon phase.
Yes.
I do think people do want to jump in with couples at times for whatever reason. Yeah. So and
let's be honest, Tonio, a lot of times we seek community because we're lacking.
Absolutely.
A lot of time we're seeking community because it's something that we're missing. It's something that we see in someone else's relationship or space that we would like to implement in ours. And so the thought is, how do we get this? How do we tap into this space? Especially couples that have been together for a long time and have lost some mojo in some spaces. You're always looking for things to make it better.
I think you're right. I think we can say due to lack, but also I think it's just a human thing to do. I think we as human, we desire connection. We desire to vibe with other people, and especially, man, I know for me, I enjoy the spaces with the men when I'm able to have those spaces with them. Mm-hmm. And like I say, the part I want to touch on, because I know there's a wide range, is when things happen, when the conflict happen. You're right, men, we don't hold our wives accountable as we should, but the thing of it is we do have to address y'all behavior in friendships.
Absolutely.
And so what usually happens when we try to have these conversations with friends, we rely heavily on what the man have done wrong. And what I want to do in this conversation, I want to take full accountability of what we've done wrong. But we have to start unpacking the roles that women play.
Absolutely.
In it. Because, like, things start happening, and I think you guys have no regard of all the friendships.
Well, that's because it goes back to being allowed to be in spaces and relationships where you don't have to think outside yourself. When you're allowed to be in a marriage where you're self-absorbed, when you're allowed to be in a marriage where you don't have to think about the feelings of the people around you, you take those traits into your other relationships. And if I'm being honest, if you look at your spouse, and their track record with friendships or how things end or happens, sometimes it happens the same way. And sometimes those issues they experience with friendships with other women are the same issues that you have with your wife at home. Okay. And the thing is that no, it is not the man's responsibility to make sure that the woman behaves. No, it's not. Okay. As women, it's our responsibilities to govern ourselves. It's our responsibilities to behave in spaces. It's our responsibility not to allow our insecurities and thereof bleed onto other people.
I think what I want to ask you is, who check women when they get out of space? And I know to the point is, it's supposed to be the husband. And I do get that.
It should be your girlfriends. If your husband is not that person, the people that you surround yourself around should be able to be honest with you and tell you.
Let me ask you this in full transparency. Do you feel like friends, females, do you feel like they get their fair share of being checked, and do they hold themselves accountable?
Well, two things. If you're my friend, you will.
Okay.
Right? But the next thing is, a lot of times in relationships with women, a lot of them are fake. They're guarded in spaces. So which means that when it's time to have the real conversations, when it's really time to tap in, they're not willing to really tap into what's really going on. So when you're getting the conversations about what they're experiencing, you're getting their version. And you can tell that it's some things that are missing, but what can you do with that if you're not willing to be forthcoming and honest about who you are in your relationship, or who, what you really experience? It's tough.
Yeah, and I think for me, I sit and I watch. Like we got a lot of history with friends.
Absolutely,
guys. We've kissed some couple frauds. We have
a whole lot.
We have some friends that we have great relationship with, and we have some friends that it was in and out. And I can say this: we wish everybody well. Nothing we have going on, we wish anybody any ill intent.
Absolutely.
I want to say this: you have to be careful. I'm noticing who influence relationships at times, and when there's a couple relationships. I want to know, like, as the woman in a relationship, do you pay attention to who influenced the relationship? Because I pay attention to that.
I always
with
do. And it really, Antonio, honestly, it really depends.
Okay.
It changes from relationship to relationship.
Okay.
It depends on who has the stronger personality with certain things. It depends on who's the most outspoken person. That changes from relationship to relationship, because I've been in some friend spaces where the woman heavily influences her husband and his decisions and what he chooses to do. But I've also been in a situation like our marriage. Our marriage is heavily influenced by you. You're yes. So it's like, even though I'm who I am, you lead our marriage with decision making. Big decisions that have to be made. I come to you. We talk through everything. So there's no decisions that's made where I'm leading and heading the decision. Now I can suggest and give you things, but the ultimate decision is yours to make.
Let me ask you a question. Now that we're here, how do that feel for you? Because when we got together, you handled all your own business. You did the things, and I know we veered a little bit. I just have to know, how is it for you as a woman, as a wife, to be led, if that's the case? Because a lot of women have a problem with that, and they blame the man for not leading when you don't allow him to lead. That's a whole.
Well, prior to meeting you, my situation, me having to lead and take care of everything wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Correct.
It was life circumstances that positioned me.
Correct.
Right? So when I got into my relationship with you, it definitely was a learning curve for me, because I had never experienced a man who really just was a man's man, that really just took care of things and really just held his own. So it was different. But for me,
I think what I want to say is, and I want to lead you. I think women think it's a bad thing, but they don't. I don't think they understand the.
No, but Tonio, this is the thing though. Every woman wants the soft life.
Okay.
Every woman wants to be in that space where their husband lead them, where they can just relax, take care of the kids, and cook and do the things that she needs to do. Every woman wants the soft life.
So what I'm saying is, I know it. I think a lot of women don't realize it. And I think it'll sound good coming from a woman.
Well, a lot of times what happens is we want things, right, that we see, that we may desire, but we are emotionally and mentally not ready to receive it. That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay. Which means that I want a husband to take charge. I want a husband to lead the family. I want a husband to do that. But I am so busy with my insecurities. I'm so busy holding on and wanting to be in control of everything. I'm so busy having my childhood wounds and things that I haven't healed, to where it's causing me to want to control everything around me in spite of what my heart really desires as a wife. Yeah,
and funny enough, all of this kind of play into the friendship is what we're saying. Because
absolutely.
What I realized what happened in friendship, the most key thing, is a lot of stuff that go on in the background.
Yes.
And what I got to talk to guys about, if your wife come to you about something going on amongst a friend, you have an obligation and a responsibility to be real in that moment. So I think those things, like playing into her insecurity, playing into that.
Because the thing is,
affects,
Tonio, her insecurities play into the failures of her relationships with women. Her insecurity bleed onto other people.
Correct.
And so that's why it's so important that even in our marriage, we're
Correct.
very big on accountability, like,
Correct.
period. Like,
Correct.
we hold each other accountable, y'all, to a fault, because we understand. I understand that if I let Antonio be out here doing crazy stuff and acting crazy with people, it's going to affect us.
Yeah.
We're going to lose good people.
Yeah.
We're going to lose good friendships.
Yeah.
I am accountable for my husband.
Yeah.
And I think if we adapted that in relationships and marriages more, we will be more impactful in community spaces with other couple friends.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you that I totally agree. I do think accountability is a big part, and I can honestly say that's mainly men that we fail to hold you guys accountable, and I feel we should. But I do think
we need to be better. So I can say, as a woman, and being in the space that I'm in, because I understand the importance of sisterhood. I understand the importance of friendship.
Okay.
I've created a space where there is genuine sisterhood. So I know it exists.
Okay.
My thing is that what I've realized with women, and especially in a couple friendship space, the women insecurities show up in the worst ways. It shows up. It shows up in spaces where they're not able to clap for you in moments that they should.
So guess what, Margo? Let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and talk about how competition has no place.
It's no place in friendship.
In the friendship.
Yes.
Let's talk, because, and again, men, do we have our issues? Yes. The accountability is a very big piece.
Right.
I think the competition,
Yes.
I think that's the piece, and I think that's the piece that the women need to work on. From what I've said and what I've watched.
Competition is a big thing that happens in women relationships.
Let's talk about that.
And the thing is, a lot of that comes from being unhealed.
Okay.
A lot of that comes from not seeing yourself like God sees you.
Okay.
And seeing yourself how you should see yourself. And what happens is, because of your insecurities, you get in spaces with women who are powerful, women who are doing things, women who are believing in themselves, women who are empowering other people.
Okay.
And you start to feel inadequate.
Okay.
Right? And instead of you leaning into that space, instead of you leaning into your sister that are stronger than you in some spaces, you begin to look inside eye. You begin to look and feel, why not me?
So let me ask you, what are the role that the husband should play when that is going on?
Well, the thing is, the husband should be aware of the small nitpicking conversations, because that's how it starts. It starts with her, trying to bring up little things, and everything is a problem and everything is an issue. For an example, if you and I are with a couple, a couple friend, and we're out of town on a trip, let's just say, we could start there. And, I'm coming to you.
Don't give a real situation.
No.
Okay,
I mean, listen.
All right, come on. Example. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, the reason why I could give you this example, because this is not me.
Okay,
but this is what I would assume that happens behind the scenes that makes someone want to begin to compete, and how it breeds in the relationship. So I think it happens when, the woman is having these conversations with their husband, and she's bringing her name up constantly, and I don't like this, and I don't like that, and she's criticizing, and she's, always being heavily opinionated without having a conversation with her sister.
Good point. So, fellas, let me tell you, that's a good point. That is not the time for you fellas just to tap out the conversation and say, this girl talk, I don't want to get involved. Because we're talking about a couple friends, which means this part of like your extended family. And fellas, we know the brotherhood that we develop. When you see this petty stuff start to surface,
yes,
be real. Babe, are you sure? Ask more questions. Hold her accountable. Because let me tell you, I don't allow Margo to bring foolishness to me. She'll tell you. I'll stop her in a minute, and if I feel it's something that she did, I will tell her, nah, babe, I think you handled that wrong.
Absolutely.
Fellas, that's what we have to do. And I got something for the women, what they got to do in that moment.
I agree. Well, go ahead. Since you preaching to the choir, go ahead, Antonio, and tell the women what we should do.
Thank you, man. Pass collection plate. So women, this is what you guys have to do, honestly. Stop blaming your husband for everything.
Yes.
Stop blaming your husband for everything.
That's good.
Everything that goes up, he goes down. He don't play a role in everything that you do. Some things is all on you. Some things you do.
Yes.
And I think for women, if you just say sometimes, what if I'm wrong? Because if you're right 3,000 times, that is very suspicious, ladies.
Well, listen, Antonio, thank you so much for sharing your opinion and what you think men and women should do.
I
It was
love our
very
healing.
enlightening.
I love this
It
role of
was
healing
very
for us.
enlightening. And listen, I loved it. I loved
Thank
it.
you.
So my thoughts is this. Friendship and communities are needed, Antonio. I think that is a great space. Listen, we don't have a lot of couple friends in our space, in our intimate space, but the couple friends that we do have, we love and cherish them.
Yeah.
Only because it's a safe space. If Antonio and I are dealing with anything, we have them to go to, and we understand that their relationship in marriage is where we inspire ours to be.
Yes.
But there's no competition. We love
Yes.
on each other. We sit at their feet when we spend time together because we want to hear about the challenges. We want to hear about how they got through things. We want to hear about how they survived through things because that is important.
Yeah. And to your point, to bring it home, and you're absolutely right. Pair yourself with couples, like you say, where you see yourself going.
Absolutely.
So Margot and I, we have a couple that's in mind. They're where we want to be. They're successful. They have been through things.
Yes.
They have blended a family.
Yes.
A lot of stuff that we have going on. That's what they have going on. And like you say, it's no competition. It's all love for us. And it's kind of good to have people around you that make you want to compete.
Yes.
But they're not your inner circle of people. They're just your what you call the people that's not your friend. They're just your associates. Them are your associate. Your family and your friends. It can't be no competition.
It can't be.
It can't be.
And you know what? This is another thing I like to say. In relationships, I do feel like there has to be accountability. And I'm at a space in my marriage and in my life and friendships, I can't be friends with people where there's no accountability. I've expressed this to Antonio several times. You will only go so far in my friendship or in my space if there's no accountability in your marriage. Because the thing is this, what I realize and understand is this. A lot of times in marriage friendships, we mess up when we start being friends with couples who are not on our space and in our level, which means that I can't be friends with a woman who talk crazy to her husband and who's disrespectful because that's not who I am as a wife. You know, that's not the person I am. Not saying that I haven't always been this way, but today I inspire to be different. I inspire to show up in my marriage differently and to treat my husband differently. So today I understand it's certain things that I have to be careful with choosing couple friendships. And before that wasn't the case. Before, if you were a couple, you were married, I thought you were thriving, let's be friends. But today I have to be more selective in whom I choose to be in relationship with, especially in the couple setting.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's so interesting about that, it has nothing to do with your finances.
No, absolutely not.
I realize it has nothing to do with that. It's all about your mindset
and emotional maturity.
That's what it's about. It's about your character. Like how can you apologize? It's certain things. We have been friends.
Can you see yourself?
Yeah, like let's be real. We have been friends with people, and people say they don't even apologize. So today, I know better today. It's just certain things that I won't have in my inner circle. But what I'll tell anybody, find what works for you. A friendship is like a relationship. You got to have things that y'all compatible with. You got to have people to hold you accountable. And one thing we didn't touch on, your inner circle, you got to be supportive of each other.
Yes.
And this the thing. It doesn't mean you have to make everything. Nobody makes everything.
You're not going to be able to.
But I can tell you this. You can't not make nothing.
Yes.
You can't not make nothing.
And so that's one thing that we really had to be careful with because Antonio and I, we are super supportive. Listen, when we call you our friends, listen, we will fly to South Africa to come support you. Those are the kind of friends we are.
Well, South Carolina, y'all.
And what we realized was that we were allowing people to be attached to us, and we were attaching ourselves to people who wouldn't go the extra mile that we would go. And so that's something that we definitely had to start paying attention to because we'll overgive, we'll overshare. Listen, I'm not being friends with people who aren't transparent, who sit and feel like, they want to keep things secretive. We're not friends. We're just associates. Let's enjoy the dinner, my associate, because we'll never be friends for real.
I can be honest. I had a learning curve. And, for those who really know me, I'm a lone sufferer. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I love you. You be punching me, I still be hugging you. I was a lone sufferer, but I just want to like thank you for helping me get better, and you didn't force me, but you helped me get better. So now I'm better with discerning certain things, and I'm getting better with friendships.
You know what, Tonio? We had this conversation the other day. Matter of fact, I think it was yesterday, about acceptance.
Yeah. Yeah.
How important it is to accept
just
what
it
people
is.
show you,
Yeah.
accept what you see. Yeah. Guys, listen, I can't tell you how that has helped me in my life tremendously. Yeah. You only get one time to show me. And when you show me, I believe you. Yeah. I don't feel that it's necessary to go back and forth with you about your adult behavior.
No, I get it.
When you show me who you are, I accept it.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. And I will replace you. I will reposition you where you need to be immediately.
Yeah. And all of this plays into couples relationship and friendship, because you got 4 people coming together trying to build something together. Because when you come together as friends, you're trying to build something together, whatever it is. And it's such a touchy feeling. So my thing, such a touchy thought. My thing with guys, we do have to get better with being accountable.
Women, we have to be more respectful of our husbands. And I can say that. We do. We have to be more respectful of our husbands and their opinions about what we have going on in our lives. Sister, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what kind of car you drive. I don't care how many accolades you get. I don't care how many awards you've received. Let me tell you something, sister. Yeah. You have to be able to listen to your husband. Yeah. You have to be able to listen to the advice that he gives you. You're not above the team. Yeah. You are a part of the team. And so what you have to understand is your stuff stinks like his stinks. So you can't sit from a position that can't nobody talk to you, sis. You can't sit from a position that your husband can't tell you how you can have a nasty attitude. You can't sit from a position that you don't want to hear how your children encounter you in your home. Listen, women, we have to get better, because what happening is we're destroying our family lives, but we're also destroying our friendship spaces. So the very people that God has surrounded you around to help you build and to help your marriage become better and to help you heal, you turn around and you bleed and you project in those spaces. And I think women, we have to understand we have to do better. Just because we want our husband to do certain things, do not give us a pass to talk to him and mistreat him and belittle him in disrespect. It's wrong, and we have to do better. So ladies, I'm going to tell you this. Some of the strongest women relationship I have with women friends, they have great relationships with their husbands. And this is what I realized today. After kissing a lot of frogs and dealing with a lot of relationships, I understand that my tribe of women, who I admire to have in my space, in this time and season of my life, have great, genuine relationships with their husbands. Is it perfect? No. But listen, that's all I need in this space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with you saying that, all I'm going to say, man, I'm proud of you. You gave some good advice, and it's really true. And one thing I have to say to the men is, you don't ever get an opportunity to quit on the job and not want to lead. What I'm realizing now, Margot, a lot of men are quitting on the job.
Absolutely.
I don't care how difficult it is with you and your wife. God gave you a charge.
That's right.
And you have to show up every day, and you have to work. And if you're feeling like you no longer want to work, quit the job and give somebody else an opportunity, because too many of us have quit on the job, and it's unfair to you guys. And I'm hard on women, but men, for real, we have to get better. We have put our hands up, and we are not leading the way we need. And what it does, it plays a big part in our friendship. Yes. So a lot of friendship are ending, but they're ending because men, we're not leading the way we need to lead, and we don't hold y'all accountable.
Ladies, if we be honest, the same issues that we have in our marriages, they seek out in our friendships. And so that's why this conversation, Antonio, was so important to have. Yeah. Because it's important to heal. It's important for us to hear our partners. It's important for us to take in what they're telling us. And ladies, let's heal and do better. Yeah. So that we can sustain good friendships. Because listen, we all need community.
Yeah, and fellas, we got to be more accountable. We have to.
Yes, yes. So this was good. I enjoyed this conversation. So thank you for joining us tonight on the Love Rekindle Show, where real conversation meet real healing, and where love is not just restored, but reborn. Remember this: strong relationships aren't built in grand moments, but in daily choices, choosing grace, choosing growth, and choosing each other. A special thank you to our amazing sponsor, Platinum Luxury Fleet. If you are in need of luxury black car service worldwide, visit PlatinumLuxuryFleet.com. For all your transportation needs, professionalism, style, and comfort, schedule your services with them today. This show is also sponsored by M5 and Associates, a team of licensed financial professionals committed to changing the financial trajectory of our communities through education, empowerment, and financial literacy. Their mission is to equip individuals and families with knowledge, tools, and strategies needed to achieve financial independence and build lasting wealth. So to learn more, visit m5andassociates.com. Until next time, keep loving, keep growing, and keep rekindling what matters most. Thanks for tuning in.
See y'all later.
See you next time.
Yes.